Man, you straight from the south side. Mike, man. I'm just so happy to be here right now. Real Rap Podcast.
No, so I tried jits before.
Mm-hmm.
Like I wanted to stop drinking. I had been having like a really private battle with like alcohol for a while.
Mm.
And so I was like, I need something like just to see if I could start to like kind of get off that bridge. And what I was really doing at the time to get off alcohol was I was about to start working at a dispensary. And they had like THC
A
drinks.
little bit. Get back to your relaxed position, but just move it up just a little.
Like that.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. So I was about to start working at the dispensary, and I would buy like they used to have THC drinks, and they used to have THC popsicles, like cherry lime popsicles. And I was like, man, this is nice.
Yeah.
And then in Evanston there was like this jiu-jitsu gym that like one of the guys I used to work at Starbucks with. It's like super into like jiu-jitsu, like super into it. And so I went like just once or twice, got my ass kicked. Yeah, this is too much. So maybe I do like once a year.
Yeah.
Once a year.
Yeah. That's a good way to train.
Yeah.
Once a year, just dust it off.
Yeah, like my sickle cell's too much.
Yeah.
Like I would love to do it so much more.
Yeah.
Just the impact and shit is like.
Of course. No, yeah, you can get right. I had a parallel path to it when I was struggling with my alcoholism. I was like, all right, let me try this to offset it. And then my alcoholism just wormed its way in. Like, all right, I'll just, we'll have our pockets and then we can make it. I actually did a tournament, and I was at the time I was really trying to kick, and it wasn't working. And then when I did the tournament, I was bloated. Like right now, I usually I hit a cruiserweight of like 160, 165, plus or minus. Wintertime I'll be 172 or something like that. Summertime, like woo, drop it down a little bit, trying whatever. And I was at 190. It was the heaviest I'd ever been. I did this tournament. I was 195 and some change, about to hit 200 for the first time in my life. Bloated. I got dad chest, and the whole night. And I thought about it. I was like, if I was like a professional fighter, I'm in John Jones' weight class.
Oh my God, yes. The coconut boy. The crack champion. Oh, I love John Jones so much.
I cannot love another man more than I love John Jones.
I got so much pleasure out of introducing like people to UFC.
I do.
And I would tell them like, you won't believe it, but the best fighter is a black dude on crack.
That hits pregnant ladies, runs away with bags of money, and somehow still love.
He is clearing these niggas. Like
he is wiping them off the earth.
Daniel Cormier was just like, I am wholesome, and this nigga whoops.
And the crowd booed when Daniel Cormier was like, when they were having that one press conference, and Daniel Cormier was like, "I've never done coke, guys. I take care of all my kids. I graduated with a 4.6," and the crowd was like, "Boo!" And John Jones was like, "Yo, I did coke yesterday, and I kicked your ass the next day." And the crowd was like, "Yay!"
Yes, because it's real. Like crackheads have such strength.
Crackheads are so helpful in his life, yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with it. Like I was raised by someone with substance issues, so there's nothing wrong with it. But my mom's spicier than the shit I was read. Like she mom used to carry blades under her tongue.
Oh wow,
just to be prepared.
That's 1996 rapper era.
Yes,
that's DMX.
It is like they used to do stuff. Like my mom used to do stuff in high school, like put a lock in a sock because like the elasticity on the side.
I understand the science behind it.
Like that's what you're dealing with when you have John Jones. Like
John Jones is lock in a sock energy.
Lock in a sock energy, but just with his hands.
Yeah.
And his bony legs.
Bro, I put on there's a it was not too. Do you know Miko. I'm blanking his first name right now, but there's another comic. Oh man, but anyway, he was on the show not too long ago, and he's a brown belt in jits, right? Wow. And I'm a geek when it comes to I want to cover some topics specifically with you, but I promise we could talk for the next 3.5 days about MMA. I'll never get tired of it. But I had him on here, and I actually cut a clip about it because we were talking about John. One of my favorite clips of all time is John Jones, Daniel Cormier before their first fight. Daniel Cormier was like, I wish they were in 2 separate rooms on the thing. And he was like, I wish they'd let me over there right now so I can spit in your face. And John Jones goes like this. He looks to see if anybody could see him. They didn't know the camera was on it. You know, I would absolutely kill you if you ever traveled. Don't sit like that. And Dan Cormier said, oh, really? Would you kill me, John? He said, no. I'm not saying I would fight you.
Yeah.
I'm saying I would absolutely kill you. And you could see him in the ring. Like, he's only not killing these people because somebody goes, all right, it's over.
Literally, I think the best Avils murder I saw was the Hawk.
You know it in your brain. That's what you're watching. But when you say it like that,
that was absolute attempted murder. When it was absolute attempted murder. When he had on the fucking thing and like Dragon's like fucking tapping and he's like no, and then like Herb has to like fucking pry him.
Conor versus Khabib.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was like.
And he didn't want to let go. Yeah.
He said like I was going to kill him.
There was one. So the John Jones fought Lyoto Machida, the Dragon, and he put him in a standing like front face guillotine. And when the ref came and tapped him on his back, they were standing up. He just let him go. The guy just
drops.
Then they interviewed John. He was like, yeah, he's smiling. He's like, yeah, man, I felt really good. It was sunk in there. Like I felt like I could really break his neck, you know? Yes. Like it felt like I could do it real easy. I'm the champ.
Psychotic.
Man,
it's psychotic.
If you've ever seen Gladiator, he's a gladiator. He was born in the wrong century.
Would you kill me for admitting I've never seen Gladiator?
No, because one of the things you should really stay away from the older you get, especially in your 40s and beyond, is talking about movies that you've seen with younger people. Because what just happened.
How much younger do you think I am?
You clearly way younger than me.
How old do you think?
I'll give you late 20s. If you're early 30s, I'd be surprised, but not absolutely shocked because I know how the Brown do.
I'm 30.
Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, like I'm not that, but like
you were shopping.
I could have seen Gladiator.
I just watched Gladiator. But you are definitely very much younger.
More show.
Huh?
I used to watch like Mary Tyler Moore show. Like
that's watching like flashback from the past. I'm talking about I was a grown person paying my own bills when Gladiator came out in the movies. I was living on my own.
Gladiator 2001. 2000.
I had to be like late 90s, probably 98 or something like that.
Late 98. Yeah. That is, yeah. I would have been like,
But I agree with what you said in the beginning. I truly get a kick out of introducing people to MMA. I've changed people's like their weekends for life. Yes. And I'm like, I'm not really into sports. Yes. Well, you don't need to know a lot about sports to be into this.
Yes. Every guy that I feel like I've dated within the past few years has had to watch at least like compilations. Yeah. Right? The best knockouts, the most shocking things, or like explanations of rivalries. I used to be way, my family's gonna be so embarrassed. But I was a very intense pro wrestling geek.
Oh, okay.
Like super intense.
Okay.
And I knew like everything. Like it was like encyclopedia level like knowledge. I'm not that great at the MMA stuff.
Sure.
But like when it comes to like wrestling and like introducing people to like weird stuff that they might not be aware of can be entertaining, I think that's great. And I always think MMA is a good middle ground. Because sometimes when very pro wrestler, people are like, oh, that's fake. Or it's like, I'll show you something real. And then it'll be like, that's too real. You know, like, got you. It's like, he's not crowd, just why is he still punching him? It's like, it's real.
Because the ref hasn't pulled him off yet. That's shame on the ref. That's how I snatch people in if I'm showing them MMA, because similar to pro wrestling. So I used to be into pro wrestling back in Ultimate Warrior, or Hulk Hogan, Coco Beware days.
Yeah.
And then I literally 90s Blockbuster still out. They had UFC on the thing, and I made my mom get that. And when I saw it, I was like, I can't do wrestling anymore. This is the truth, and started training a little bit. But anyway, when it comes to MMA and I'm trying to bring people in, I know all the storylines. So I know the drama. So I'm like, yo, these two are fighting, but it's because he slapped his training buddy on a Tuesday, and then they flew out and they met each other in the elevator. He stepped on his sneakers, and now they hate each other. And people was like, it's like that? I'm like, hey, you have no idea. This is a drama.
Conor calling Khabib's wife a towel was death working. Like, I was like, this thing, every time I tell a man that he said that about his woman, they like,
yeah,
what? I'm like, yes, he called his wife a towel. Like, it's crazy as shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, that's what I find. I find MMA is at its best when it's mimiking pro wrestling a little bit.
Yes.
Like, with those rich storylines.
With
like,
good talkers and those storylines, absolutely.
Like, what is that nigga name? I'm blanking right now. The MAGA dude.
Oh,
Yeah,
no, I know exactly. Oh my God, he's a wrestler. He used to be a roommate with John Jones.
Yes.
Him and Kamal Usman used to.
Yes.
I actually have one of his cards upstairs. It's like a signature card that has a piece of like his fucking like trunks or some shit. Like, why do I not remember his name?
It starts with a C. It's something CC.
No, I know exactly what you're talking about. And he always has like the sports jacket with like the American flag on it, and like the Abraham Lincoln hat. He's like, I'm gonna punch you in your face and then take your lady.
That's like Usman rearranged his face. Like,
Usman broke his jaw.
he broke his fucking Colby Covington. There you go. Fuck you, Colby.
Yeah, Kobe, he did that all day. But you need him.
You do need him, because when I saw him, I was so excited because I was like, they needed a villain.
Yeah.
Like, Conor is not the villain he used to be. He's too much of a real life villain.
He's too much of a goddamn burnout. He's on all the drugs.
Bro, all the drugs. He was fucking, like, his wife was pregnant. Like, he was like doing coke after his asses. And I'm just like, nigga, you do it too much.
He's doing way too much.
Yeah, a lot going on. And then
but he was the hero, and now he can't really even be the villain. But Kobe stepped into his role magnificent.
Perfectly. Like, to me, I felt like I was watching a little bit more like pro wrestling when Kobe would start talking, because I couldn't tell if like the MAGA shit was for real, or if it's like just being punched up. But watching like wrestling my whole life, I was like, this is definitely punching up.
Yeah,
like bringing out the Trump book and like, thank you, Mr. President, and like all this stuff. Like, I thought that was what it was, and I was like, this is like classic, like Ric Flair style stuff. Like, this is like classic, like Randy Orton style.
Yeah.
Or like Triple H style stuff. Like, this is really good. And I remember being really excited when he came out, because I was just like, oh my God, he's making like storylines again. Like, he's making matches. Like, when you watched him and Usman like about to fight, you're like, somebody's gonna die.
And he never admits defeat. Like, they're like, yo, Kamaru Usman just broke your jaw and then beat you up for 3 rounds. He's like, I didn't feel a thing. My jaw's perfect. It's never felt better. I'm gonna be back in there. I won that fight. Everybody knows that. It's clear as day. I was cheating.
This is pro wrestling. Like, they fought in a hotel buffet.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is like Stone Cold and Booker T at the supermarket.
Yeah.
Like, it's like that weird outside his shit.
Hulk Hogan, we coming for you.
Like, wait a minute, what is happening? Like, he talking about Usman dad being in jail. I'm like,
yeah,
nigga, this is unprecedented.
And then he got into it with I don't know why I finally have another MMA geek, and now I'm blanking on names. But the Florida boy, the Hispanic Cuban Florida boy, with the long hair that need what's his name into a different song.
Yes, oh my God.
Damn, he used to fight with Kimbo Slice in backyards.
I'm blanking.
I can't believe I'm blanking right now.
I am fucking blanking.
But like he ended up punching him, like after they fought, Kobe Covington and this fucking guy, they ended up fighting, and Kobe Covington won on points, but Kobe Covington was being Kobe and was like, "Yo, that's why you got 6 babies by 7 baby mamas, and you don't take care of your kids. You're a hunk of garbage." Cuban suck beans and rice ain't shit. He did all this leading up to the fight. Then Kobe won on points. He won too far, and Buddy ended up finding him at like a restaurant bar because Kobe dumbass stayed in Florida and then socked him out. Like in real life, broke his tooth.
I do remember exactly what you're talking about. His name is not coming to, but I do remember exactly what you're talking about.
And he
He
fought like the Diaz brother. He fought us, and they did. Oh, he's a bad boy. Yeah.
Oh my God.
I cannot believe what. And I see his face. He's walking up. I see the banner, the neon sign that has his name, and it's just blurry.
Oh my fucking God.
This is
I know he got arrested. It's gonna pop back.
It'll pop back when I stop. Yes. So at any point in time, we can bring it back up.
I will say that with like MMA and like anything that's like has some theatrics to it.
Yes.
I feel like that makes the perfect thing because, especially like for the people who don't like pro wrestling because it's not real. It's like you still get that realism, but they're still not allowed to go like where they could go if they have a cover of like this isn't necessarily real. Like I don't know if you remember like all the horrible stuff that they used to do back in the day with WWE, like Macho Man and like Elizabeth is all on the like
I'm a bad Griselda fan, and they used to cut in the little snippets from like Macho Man and all that other good stuff, and it'd be like, wow, you used to go hard on Elizabeth.
Bro, they used to go hard, and like even with Stephanie, like when Stephanie was like 18 and they had like Undertaker sacrificing her, like crucifying her in the middle of the ring. It's like, what the fuck is this? Like when Eddie Guerrero died, Randy Orton saying that nigga in hell, like fuck him. It's like 2 weeks after?
They used to go ham.
So it's like when Kobe Covington says, like, border racist or very racist.
Yeah.
And like he'll just talk about the MAGA stuff and, you know, Trump fucking buys into it. It's like, oh my God, I really like this guy. It's like, this.
Can I tell you, the reason I give MMA fighters a pass almost 100% of the time is because after they get done saying all this, they fight.
They do fight.
So it's like, yo, like if you're just an internet troll and you're saying whatever, there's no consequences.
Yes.
But if you're an MMA dude and you're saying XYZ about dude's wife, kids, whatever, say whatever you want.
Yes.
You're about to step in the ring and you just gave the other dude all the fuel that he needs. And if the cards don't play in his favor, that's even worse.
It just doesn't.
There's been a couple of fighters I've seen, I can't remember any of their names, where they're like, I'm doing this for my daughter. She's hey, things are not looking good for her. Ooh, and then this is going to save my marriage. And my house is getting foreclosed on. I need exactly the amount that my check is going to be put. I've never wanted anything more in my life. And they step in the ring.
They just get clean. Like, they just get clean. And the purse be $5.
The purse be $4.98 and a free Subway sandwich.
Yeah, like, that's all it is. And then you have the opposite side of that, which is like when Ronda Rousey got her fucking clock cleaned by your pastor's daughter.
Yeah.
And it's like, like every time that girl went to shake her hand before, Ronda was like, no.
Rousey is a low-key, she's a low-key kind of, a little bit.
A little bit. A lot. Like, she was the one that, she pulled the ultimate white woman card when she lost to Holly Holm. After talking all that shit, it got her clock wrong. And then she go in public and say, I want to kill myself because I lost the fight. I'm like, bitch, that's the ultimate card.
Yeah.
Like,
her father committed suicide.
Yeah, I'm like, that is fucking, why would you say some shit like that? Because you lost one fight? What about the people in the back that's fucking, like, 0-13?
Yeah.
Like, are they going?
I'm going to go to my 1,400 square foot bedroom and end it all.
I'm like, look, look, I was like, bitch, I get it. I've been there. But like, you can't, like, that's not a car. Like, I can't even
pull it out.
I can't bomb on stage and then go in the ring room like, nigga, I'm about to kill it. That's it for me. Like everybody be like, what, wait,
Yeah.
don't say that to us. Like,
Yeah,
do it for somebody else.
a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, like, nigga, look, wow. And she said it on Ellen. Like, it was just like,
Yeah.
like, girl, that was fucked up. But yes, I enjoyed watching Ronda lose, and then she went to WWE, and then she was a total bitch to everybody over there. Like, she every time you
Still over there?
not as far as I know. Correct us if I'm wrong. But I haven't watched WWE in like probably a year or so. I've kept like some clips, but I'm not as on top of it as I used to be. But when she like came in and stuff, it was just like the girls are wrestlers, right? So they're performers. And so they're entertainers. They're really good on the mic. You know what I mean? Like, she's not good on the mic. She looked good on the mic because most of the opponents like don't talk a lot. Yeah. So when she get over there and they start eating her up on the mic, she would just be like, "Oh, I knock all your hoes out," and it's like, "Well, yeah, you can."
Yeah, she got person.
Like, you can do.
Yeah, she did the. That's why I got more money than you defense.
Yeah, like that's why I got more money than y'all. Like, I beat y'all ass. It's like, yeah, we know. Like, you're a professional.
Yeah,
fighter.
yeah, this is different. Yeah.
Like, but it's like every time like she lost the words, she'd just be like, "I'll fuck y'all up," and it's like, well, yeah, like, but imagine every time Brock Lesnar did that. Like, every time you fucking out talk me, I'll just break your neck.
Yeah. Brock Lesnar is still so big that I'm not going to tell him what I really think about his daughter.
I would never tell a nigga what I think about his ponytail.
But that tattoo in the middle of his chest, because it looks rather... Never mind.
I was like, what is it? It's like a wishbone grenade. I'm like, what the fuck is that?
That's one way of putting it.
Ain't nobody gonna tell him what he think.
It should have the little water emoji squirting out the top of it. It looks crazy.
Is it? And ain't nobody was sitting there like, yeah, I wouldn't get that. Like,
nah.
Oh, like,
let him walk through the studio right now. I'd be like, can I tell you my top 3 favorite tattoos of all time? The one that you got.
You, Mike Tyson.
It is.
Everybody else. Like, everybody else straight down the line. Like, yeah, Brock, me and my brother loved him when he first came. Like, yeah, that was like 2002.
When he fought Frank Mir, I was like, nobody that big, nobody built like a legitimate German tank should be able to move like a Ferrari.
Yes.
That is insanity.
He was insane. And I think he's the real deal. Like, they used to call him like the real deal.
Yeah.
He was the real deal. Yeah. Like, he could go from wrestling to, other wrestlers.
He's around in 19 pounds.
Yeah.
He'd do like backflips, and then he learned, and he was punching people for. And then I saw a couple of clips where he going back to wrestling. He went back to pro wrestling after that, and was like bloodying people's lip up, and then looking at him like, oh,
yeah, like,
yeah, I'm crazy.
Yeah, like, niggas ain't got shit on me. Like, bro, he is so good that he made other niggas feel like, well, I could do MMA. And then CM Punk, as much as I love you,
I was embarrassed.
It was so bad.
Yeah, I beat up by like a 19-year-old.
I think the thing is though, he should have, because he's 40-something. You're 40-something. And I started MMA like years, like 3 years before that.
Yeah.
It's like he's not expected to like beat up like a nigga that's.
So, but is they doing it since they're 4?
Yeah, like they're half his age too. It's just, it's like when Speed beat Ashton Hall in that race. Like, it's like, yeah, the nigga's like 120 pounds lighter than him.
Yeah.
And like at least 15 years younger than him. Mm-hmm. Like, it's like, yeah, there's a big difference here. It's just strange to me, like what people compare like the physical stuff. Like, it's like, yeah, Brock and CM Punk are not the same.
Not at all.
They're not the same. Like, Brock's been doing MMA since like probably over 2 decades now, almost 3.
He was a collegiate wrestler. Like, and then you got a wrestling background that transfers, and then you do the pro, and it doesn't look like he stopped eating all the food, lifting all the weights, and he probably has some anger issues.
This nigga was a collegiate athlete, like phenomenal wrestler already, not like pro wrestler. I don't think.
I want to say to the Olympics.
I want to say 2. I think that he is definitely like high-ranking athlete before he even got to WWE.
Oh,
and then like CM Punk is just like, at the same time Brock was doing that, CM Punk is like doing backflips off of tables and high school gyms.
Yes.
Like, it's not the same thing. CM Punk is a way better wrestler, like pro wrestler. But it's like, some things could be different. Like, the Undertaker's in MMA. And he always said that, like, he wished that he had did that. Like, he had kind of went over to MMA much earlier. Because now, of course, he's too old. Yeah. But he would have been a really good, like, MMA wrestler. It's like, well, are a lot of MMA dudes, like, 6'10"? Like, I was like, niggas pretty tall.
It's frightening. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we are back. Another episode, Real Rap Podcast. Thank everybody for the subscriber base building. Please remember to like, share, subscribe. I had a very special guest. Not only a producer, not only a photographer, tremendous person, tremendous comedian, one of my comedy friends. Everybody, Shane. As per usual, don't remember what episode we're on. I think we're in the early 70s. And then also, as per usual, we've been talking for the last 3.5 hours. So we're going to get back into our conversation. Please catch up. And we're going to cover a lot today. Yeah?
Yeah.
Some of your personal matters, because I need some more insight. And then also, I wanted to ask you about... because we've been talking about like pro wrestling and MMA. I need to ask you about Tupac Shakur wrestling right now and looking authentic as hell. And I need to get some ladies' insight on Cardi B and this damn the Nicki business. Yeah, absolutely. But no, it's tremendous again being able to geek out with somebody over MMA, and we are trying to figure out the name. This whole time we've been talking in the back of my mind, I'm like, what is his name? What is it?
You pulled him on Kobe Covington.
You pulled him on Kobe Covington.
Not Kamaru Usman.
And you need, oh boy, I can't even remember the boy. He has the fastest knockout in all of MMA history.
Yes.
Need him in the face. But all right, but aside from all that, so. I think actually I want to say like today was like Cardi B's birthday or whatever. So if you happen to be watching this, Cardi, happy birthday to you. But she's having a tremendous like last week.
I would say last year. She's having a
tremendous last year, let alone the last couple of weeks. So she had the album rollout.
Yes.
Right? She was beefing with Nicki.
She won that beef.
All right, I need you to explain that to me because I was not able to. I wasn't deep enough to find out who won, who lost.
She won the lawsuit.
Won the lawsuit, pregnancy announcement, and yeah, I think that's what. So when you say that she won the beef,
yes.
What happened? Break it down. What happened with all that?
Okay, I don't want to get any hate from like Nicki's fan base.
That's not the.
Barbs.
Is that to feed the barbs? Right. Everybody has like groups now
on the bars.
Because my understanding, who started it?
To me, Nicki starts it, but
And that's what's your pettiness. Like, there's an album rollout. Let me steal some of the shine.
I think genuinely, this is just an assessment. I think that Nicki Minaj, when I was like coming up and stuff, and when like all my friends and stuff, when we were in school, Nicki was easily like one of the best female MCs, right? Yeah. Like we weren't in the like when Lil Kim was like red hot, like we weren't part of that era, right? So Nicki was like that for us, like she was there for us, And I think
legit, she was putting out hits, bars, everything.
She was legit as fuck. And the thing is that Nicki was at such a high level that she, of course, was not get like the room was clear. There was nobody else like even in her, like like not even on her level at that time. At the time where like she was like red hot, nobody was fucking with her. But the thing is, I don't think Nicki realized it that she was gonna inspire other women to come and, also pursue these types of careers, which should be the thing, right? So then you got like a whole new class, right? You got like Doja Cat, you got Doechii, you got fucking Dia, who's like randomly beefing with Cardi B now. You got Cardi B, right? You have sorry, I'm like blanking because I'm hearing it to this Cardi B argument. But you had like just all these phenomenal like female rappers. You got like Rico Nasty. You have just all these female rappers that are different and are individual. No one sounds the same as other people do. Like Doechii doesn't sound like Doja. You know, like Doja doesn't sound like Ice Spice. Ice Spice doesn't sound like Cardi B. Cardi B doesn't sound like, you know, so she like, I don't want to say she birthed them, but she definitely like inspired them.
Of course.
You know what I mean? And so it's just, instead of being happy and being like, oh, y'all are coming in, you know, like after what I've done, and like you're trying to take the game up and you're trying to talk about different things that I wasn't talking about, and you're trying to address things that I wasn't talking about. Instead of that, she just doesn't like to see them in her circle.
Can women in show business or entertainment, specifically in the music genre, can they work as a group? Can they work together? Right? Because when I was coming, there was like Salt and Pepper. Salt and Pepper's here, but like with the is it always gonna be beef at the top, right? And I'm not necessarily singling out women, because you gotta, you know, Jay's gonna go at Nas, Kendrick's gonna go at whatever. But at some point in time, you know, even when Kendrick and Drake were going at each other, it was because J. Cole and Drake linked up, and they actually tried to link up with Kendrick, and it kind of backfired. But they were trying to bring it together. And actually, it was a shout out. It's still kind of crazy to look back on it and be like, all that sparked really because J. Cole was like, "Hey, you're one of the three best guys, right?" You know, it's like, no, fuck the big three.
I think it was about, don't put me in a class with
Right.
Drake, because I'm not in a class with Drake.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, you wouldn't put, this is gonna be so disrespectful. You wouldn't put like Tupac in the same class with like fucking like who's like just
From Most Def or something.
No, I would never say that. Like Tupac and like John B.
Yeah.
Like John B made some really good music. He made some good hits. You know, but it's not like John B wasn't doing nothing cultural. You know what I mean? Like, he wasn't speaking for like the people or the culture.
Mm-hmm.
He was a part of it. He was partly profiting off of it. I love John B. I love all your music. But he also knew his place. Like, he wasn't gonna take shots at Tupac and niggas that were actually trying to do stuff for the culture. So I think with Cardi and Nicki in particular, I think that Nicki is that quote of like, they want to see you doing good but never better than them. And I think that that's what her thing is. So when Cardi she just won a fucking lawsuit. Everyone absolutely adores her. Like, everyone's on her side. She's living her best life. You know, she's not married to any fucking child molesters. So Nicki had a baby with a child molester. It's crazy. But you know, like, she's out here prospering, and then her album, you know, really did some fucking like numbers, and you know, she got like a Grammy and shit. That, you know, as far as I know, I don't think Nicki has gotten a Grammy. But you know, as far as I know, I don't think she has.
Yeah, I don't think so either. But you know what I mean? Like, I'm not necessarily, because rap in particular is like a gladiator sport, right? It's a competition. Like, the person at the top, it's like the Afro Samurai. Like, you got the number 2 head, but you got to fight everybody, and then you make it to the number 1, and y'all gotta. But with and I'm not trying to be political, but I honestly want your perspective, because it's like, throughout all genres, right? You'll see Michael Jackson and Paul McCartney, they'll do a song together. You'll see Stevie Wonder and like Little Richard or somebody, they'll do songs together. But I've never seen like Sonny and Cher, but I've never seen Cher and Dolly Parton do a song.
Yeah.
Is there a competition level difference between a woman and, say, a woman?
I wouldn't say it objectively so, because there are a lot of women that like do collab. Like, and
you're a part of several of them just in the local scene, yeah?
Yeah, like I think in the scene, like that's a whole different topic.
Sure.
To get into. But when it comes to like women collabing like in the music industry, I think we definitely see that a lot. Like Dolly Parton wrote and did "I Will Always Love You" and then gave it to Whitney Houston.
No, you're
Like,
kidding.
yeah, so that's Dolly Parton's song. Dolly Parton never came out after that, like, hey y'all, this is fine.
She stole.
You know, like it was like, oh, like I wrote this, I sung it, but she did injustice. You know what I mean? So she didn't hog a song that
Song over with, you forget about it.
yeah, like it's like, you know, I'm not gonna hog that from you. You did that better than me, and I'm happy with that. You know what I mean? So you also had like artists from different generations and walks of life even collaborate. Like Ariana Grande and Macy Gray did collaboration. Like that was like crazy, you know. You do have like other women in the rap industry that do collaborate.
Now I think about it, Cardi and
Cardi collaborated with everybody.
she collaborated with what's her name,
Meg
Thee Stallion. Yeah.
Megan Thee Stallion. She collaborated because to me, Cardi doesn't see others as competition. She sees them as like, why can't we all win? And I think Nicki sees other women as competition.
So it's not a woman thing, it's a personality type
Absolutely.
thing.
It's a jealousy thing. Or it's just, I don't even want to say jealousy, but I think it's a competitiveness, right? Like if I see you doing better than me and I feel like people are forgetting that I'm the reason that all you bitches exist.
Yeah.
I might, once I get some coke in me, I might really like start speaking my shit.
I start amping up a little bit.
Now, the Twitter beef that happened went way over the line and went way outside of music.
Kids.
Yeah, Nicki started talking about kids first. Nicki called Cardi B's daughter, Cardi B's beautiful daughter, she called her a roach and a monkey. How can you speak for black women and say you care about black women and call a black child, you know, half black, whatever you want to say, but a black child, a black woman, and call her a roach and a monkey? You know what I mean? So then Cardi B, you know, I think
Blacked out.
I think people forget that Cardi B before she was like this rapper, she was a professional troll. She was a troll.
Yeah.
Cardi used to.
Cardi with the bad teeth was a problem.
Oh my God, me and my friends used to die at Cardi's like videos when she would post like she had that post like in the hallway where she was like, a hoe never gets cold. Like it's just weird shit like that she would post and she would be so funny. And so she told Nicki, she said, bitch, your son's favorite color is 5. Hey, I've never heard that before.
Yeah.
Like, and she was like, you know, like, she called her son, because Nick calls his son Papa Bear. And Cardi was like, dear Papa Perk. Like, you've been with Percocets, and you'd have ruined that baby's development. And so that's why I'm like, this is going, like, almost.
Well, that's,
But, you know, Nicki did start it, and I do think Nicki is on some type of substances. I mean,
sure.
Takes one, no one.
Sure.
But it's like, it's so obvious that it's some sort of substance. And it's rumors all across the industry from her circle, from other circles, that like she is on something. So I think it's unfortunate because it seems like
the baseline for a certain level of success and infamy or like notoriety, the baseline is on something.
Yes.
I'd be surprised and shocked for the people who aren't. You know, and then shout out to the people that are able to overcome whatever, if that's what they choose to do. And actually, I think you were speaking on it a little bit as well. I've been reading and noticing a lot lately. There's a lot more people in our entertainment sphere in the Chicago industry that are getting away from substances.
Yeah.
And then I'm reading articles that in America in general, like the numbers are coming down. Do you have an idea what's behind that? And I think you were saying that you're on a certain path in your journey. Could you speak on that a little bit?
Yeah, so I do think in the comedy scene I have noticed a lot of people that I'll run into that used to drink a lot be like, I'm not drinking anymore. I'm trying not to drink. And I think that that's great. I personally have not drank alcohol in like 7 years.
Hey, I just hit my 7 years this year too.
There you go, my boy. Hey, good shit.
Stuff.
So when I first like moved to Chicago, I was very like lonely and
From Detroit.
adjustment for me from Detroit. And it was a big adjustment from me. I didn't move to the city, but I moved to the suburbs. It was a school. It's still a school out there, but it's called Julian Junior Community College. And at the time, they had dorms, which were called the Commons. And there was like these crazy. It was crazy because it wasn't even like dorms, like traditional, but it was like apartments. Yeah. So like
the projects.
Yeah, like, it was like right across.
He was in the PJ.
It was literally like the projects, and it was like all these like kids from like the south side, the west side,
Yeah.
Indiana, like everywhere, and we were all like there. And I had started, my first job was working at the newspaper there. And so at the newspaper, there was like all these people that were older than me. It was like 18. And we went to like, I remember I never used to get out anywhere. Like we never traveled or anything as a family. And so I was very sheltered. And so we did like our first conference. And it was like going away, like on a trip, like to a hotel. And like there was like a journalism conference. And we all like went to a store or something, and everyone like brought alcohol. And then I like started drinking from there. And like from there, I just kind of like started drinking a lot. And I would drink alone. I would drink like, I was hiding a lot of it.
Yeah.
And then, you know, just having access like to other stuff that I never had access to before. So, you know, quickly began like mixing stuff. And so a few years like later, or sorry, not a few years later, but I did get clean a few years later, but I tried to like do an open mic. I did like an open mic while I was like still drinking. I went to the city and I didn't tell anybody, and I went to an open mic. And I was so, like, messed up that I couldn't even get, like, a thought out, really. And I was just like, this sucks. I can't do this. And so I just left. And then once I, like, stopped drinking and I came back, I was like, oh, this is good. Like, I wanted to spend some time, like, being sober because I knew with comedy culture is bars, right? We get paid and drink tickets. Everyone drinks. Like, everyone drinks.
That's the ticket into the thing.
Yeah.
And then once you're in, you're like, oh, you're doing all that too?
Yes, like literally, like it's like, oh my God. Like I remember first time I got offered cocaine.
Yeah.
No thanks, I've had enough. Like I don't know what to say.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, it's just like it's such a substance like rich food for some reason. And I think that that's also been perpetuated as a stereotype of like the comedian's life is like alcohol and drugs and it's sex. The sad clown, it's loneliness, and it's you know. But I think in this new age, we're all figuring out like, oh, it doesn't have to be.
Your generation has done a bang up job with like really doing a deep dive into like mental health and things of that nature, and bringing this to the forefront and removing the taboo stickers off of like knowing your inner self, and you know, don't be ashamed of this and that. Which my generation was like, either give them a pill or just shut up and deal with it. We all got problems, right? Hey, just keep it going. Like my generation was still a part of the overtly masculine stoic, where it's like, oh, you went to the war when you were 16 and saw everything and did everything, and then you came back and shut your face. Can't find a job, figure it out.
Like,
but and don't tell me nothing. I don't want to hear your problems.
That's what it's like. And I was raised like by my grandparents, right? So I didn't really have a like the generation upbringing that like some of my peers did, you know? Like I was raised by my grandparents, and not that they had like bad mindsets, but they had dated mindsets.
Sure.
You know, so me and my brother got a lot of like very traditional things installed into us that maybe don't make sense to people who are my age. Like my brother was taught, you know, that you have to be a provider. Like you have to go to work. If you marry someone, it's not their job to pay or provide or anything like that. Like 50-50 didn't exist like where I was from. So, you know, like moving here and getting in my first relationship and stuff. And, you know, like we waited several years to move in together. But when we did, like, I was like, no, I want to do 50-50. Like I wouldn't pay my half. You know what I mean? But some things like to our family are just like traditional. Like, you know, you bring the guy home for dinner, like you should be making his plate, he should be sitting down.
Mhm.
You know, just stuff like that. Like the women should be like feeding the kids or tending to the kids. You know, church, walking on the right side of the street.
Right.
Just like really traditional things, even like just schools of thought that might be very dated today. I feel like you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But you know, like grandparents are grandparents, right?
Yeah.
They grew up in their generation.
Everybody's stuck in their generation.
Everybody's stuck in their generation. Like I can't tell my grandma who, you know, was on one of the first buses to be like integrated into segregated places and had rocks thrown at it. You know, she can't wrap her head around certain shit. Like Chicago is very much like I would say it's like a crash course in the world, like in culture.
Yeah, it's one of the very few places in the entire world where you are amongst everybody.
You're amongst everybody, everything. I didn't see interracial relationships as I came here.
I saw I grew up military kid, so I was fortunate enough to be different places and see all the mixes and which not. I got here first time ever in my life. I saw black woman, Asian man.
Yes.
I'll never. It was right outside the Hancock. It was like in the fall, and I did this. I stood because you know in the city, even if you're surprised, you can't act surprised. But I said I was breaking my peripheral eyes, going,
Yes, bro. It's like unlocking like a character.
yeah,
Like what combination is this?
yeah.
Like, I saw like just I mean so many different things that I had never just been exposed to, you know, and I was never ignorant to it. In my family, like I'm the most progressive person,
Sure.
which is insane to me. Because I shouldn't be the only one, but I love my family. They're very, you know, church raised and, you know, just brought up a certain way. And so the things like I've been blessed to live in Chicago in a city that's, you know, so cultural and, you know, just so absolutely like progressive and, you know, aware of human rights and just, you know, exposed to different sexualities, different genders, like all those things I learned on my own. I didn't get exposure to that at home. So with that,
Did that affect? Would you say that had an effect on your alcoholism at a time that you were cornered off, and then you came to the city, and it was like, oh, all the rides are open.
yeah, I wouldn't say that it was like the diversity of it. I would say that it was more of just like I was very sheltered and stuff. So I finally like was able to get out. Like my brother is very like he had access to a life. Like, you know, like he was driving at 15, he go to parties, he had girlfriends, he like got in fights, like he had like experience. I had never had like any experience like outside of the home, like kind of just by myself. And so, you know, when it came to like alcohol and drinking, like there's no way to ask my very like, you know, Christian and like dated kind of family, like at what point, like, is it okay that I'm drinking alone? Like, is that normal? You know what I mean? Like I didn't have anybody to ask about that. So it did quickly like become a problem. But I would say that was more definitely like just on me and like my like wide-eyedness about like, oh, finally on my own. Like I could do what I want. I had my own money. Like I had a free will, as like, you know, TikTok is saying now, like everybody using their free will. But yeah, it was just it was a weird point, but you know, I wouldn't trade it for anything.
I'm still somewhat on a journey to figure out exactly where my alcoholism stemmed from it, because I would think for the most part, you know, I have an addictive personality. Anything that I'm into, I'm super into it. That's why I never tried coke, because by the time it was available, like I had already at least figured out, you know, I'm a super alcoholic at the time, and I was like, that looks for everybody that I've ever known that does it or whatever. They're really into it, but they're not going to be into it the way I'd be into it if it's as fun as they make it seem. So I just won't, because I don't want to check out this early, and I will.
Yeah.
I will overdo it. Especially these days, you can't trust nothing. But I have been able to pinpoint, definitely certain behaviors and certain things in my life that like took me to a depressed place where the alcoholism was a patch. So you have the addictive personality, which I think I naturally have, and then whatever exposures, childhood, da 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 da. But then I think at a certain point when I was overdoing it, I was overcompensating for some things, and I've been able to pinpoint quite a bit of them. One of the things that I wanted to lock in with you about on here for the viewers is also your struggles health wise. Now I've known people over the years, and I used to have a really close buddy of mine that had sickle cell anemia, right? And I've seen what it does and how debilitating it can be. And not only did my friend had it, one of his nephews had it. So I've seen multiple levels, and it's one of those ones. So like even with my pop has migraines, right? And when he's going through an episode, for me on the outside, he doesn't look different.
Yeah.
It's just he's like, this really sucks. I'm going to my room. I'm shutting all the shades. Please leave me alone. Yeah. But I'm looking at him. I'm like, how bad could it be? I see nothing. Like if you got shot in your arm, I'd be like, all right, here, let me get that for you. Yeah, exactly. Your arm hurts. Yeah, I can figure that out. When it comes to like sickle cell, again, it's something internal.
Yes.
And from the outside observer, it's like, really, how bad could it be? Could you give like a breakdown of what it is, what it does, how you end up, having to go to the hospital?
Yeah, sure. So sickle cell is definitely one of, I would say, the most painful illnesses to probably exist. It's very rough because one, it's fairly unpredictable. Not totally unpredictable, but like there are things that can set it off. But in essence of like I could be fine and just like have a flare up the next moment. So with like the sickle cell, what it is essentially on like a molecular level is your cells are shaped like this. They're circle. Mine are like a crescent moon. Yeah, crescent moon. And so because they're shaped like that, when they go through the veins, they can get stuck. And when they get stuck, whatever area they get stuck in, that causes a blockage, and then that area will be set off with pain. So with my sickle cell, like with the attacks, it typically feels like broken bones. So like it just feels like bones are broken like all through your body. And for me, it can also manifest with like chest pain. You get like really sharp chest pain, lots of back pain, lots of leg pain. Like earlier this week, actually, I work at the hospital. I work at U Chicago as a patient advocate. And I was having a flare up. Like I knew I was having one. And it just started to get progressively worse throughout the day. And I took my commute down to work, which was like 90 minutes. And by the time I finished the commute and I was walking up to the door, I realized like, oh my God, my legs are about to stop working very soon. Because the pain was just shooting up like the back of my Achilles, like just all the way up here. And so, yeah, by the time like I got in, like my pain was just getting so bad. I was having trouble walking. I ended up having to like just leave work and go straight to the ER and then just get taken care of from there. But it's very damaging and it's very like mentally taxing too because you don't know when you'll get sick. You don't know for how long you'll get sick. I can be in the hospital anywhere from 2 days to 21 days sometimes. 21 days is very long, but typically it's like maybe between like 5 to 7 or 7 to 10.
Wow.
But it's a lot. It requires blood transfusions to keep us alive because our levels go down. But the more blood transfusions you get, the harder it is to get blood because then you develop these things called antibodies. So in the antibodies now, I can't just accept blood from you if you're a match. They need to like find like a suitable way to clean it. Or
I'm a giver. I'm the one that can give to anybody.
That is good. But if we have like, when we have like a lot of antibodies, it has to go through like a big process to like really find a match. Like my blood used to be able to come from like internally, like just in the hospital. Like they send a ticket down. Now it has to come from like Wisconsin. Wow. So when I need like a blood transfusion, it has to literally come from another state now because my blood is just full of these antibodies that change the characteristics of it. So the big problem is eventually, like for a lot of sickle cell patients, that could be like a death sentence because if you really need blood and you can't get it, that's going to really cause.
Does dialysis come into play at some point?
If your kidneys start failing, yeah. If your kidneys start to fail, yeah, which, I hope not. A lot of sickle cell patients do go through like dialysis. They have strokes. They have hip replacements, hip issues, which thankfully I've never had. I did have my gallbladder out when I was 8. I had gallstones, which is very, very young to have gallstones. The biggest thing with sickle cell, I always like try to go through like a checklist in my mind when somebody asks about it because there's just so much to it. But the biggest thing about it is it's just very disruptive to like a normal life.
Of course.
And the life I lead is not conducive for it. If I live like probably like a little bit of a slower life, I'd probably do a little better health-wise. Like I work full-time. I do comedy full-time. Obviously, I have like, other things I tend to, like my family. I do like editing stuff. So.
Oh, editing is a disease on its own.
Oh,
editing is a virus. Editing will take years off of your sanity.
It takes so hard. Then double that with like producing a show, so like you're gonna make all the posters, and edit stuff. So it's just so much stress.
How do you stage mentally together? Because that can lend itself for a woe is me, Edgar Allan Poe. Yeah. Why was I dealt this hand? Yeah. And you know what? I might just chuck this game kind of mentality for a lot of people. Something like that. How do you keep your mental fortitude up?
Honestly, I can't say that I do a good job of it. Because it does get to you a lot, especially when you're in the hospital. And the biggest part about the hospital with sickle cell is that we go through a lot of discrimination in there. It mostly predominantly affects Black people.
Which is crazy, yeah.
It's very intense pain, so you require pretty heavy pain meds, because you've been on pain meds for 3 decades. We have a bit of a tolerance, and so some of those things might signal to the ignorant person or provider like this seems like drug addiction or drug abuse or something like that, or they're faking it.
Yeah.
And so
I remember because the guy I'm thinking about that had sickle cell, I was roommates with him for 5 years, and I was alcoholic at the time, so I'd see some of his bottles, and I'd be like, "Oh, you're playing the hits, okay?" Little bink. So I know what you're talking about, and yeah, like even that's what can happen. That can be scary because it's a very delicate balance, right? Because that what happens to athletes. Boom, I got injured in whatever sport I'm on. You give me this, and now I'm using it for the pain. Okay, I've healed, but I still have a few more. Now I'm taking it, and now it's a party. Now I ran out. I can't get a subscription. What's close to it? Oh, that thing that I can talk to the guy that knows the guy, and I can get that. Yeah. Boom. Now I'm. Now I'm
like hooked. And the thing is like with sickle cell patients, it's not like we're defeated by the assumption that we're in the group with the people that take advantage of that. So immediately, right? Like I can be, but I can't be like a drug addict if whenever I have really intense pain in these episodes, the only way to control it is the pain medicine. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying that there aren't people that can abuse it, of course, but it's just such a, like with sickle cell, it's such a low percentage because it's a genuine need for it. It's not like the guy that had knee surgery and, his knee was better a year ago, but his doctor's still giving those scripts. That's like different. But with like sickle cell, I go into a hospital and I'm in a like severe crisis, I'm at the mercy of if the team believes me or not.
Yeah.
If they don't believe me, they'll give me Tylenol and tell me to leave.
That's exactly what it is. Back to I'm sorry to cut you off, but back to what I was saying is that it's one of those unfortunately internal things that is kind of like the world is taking your word for it. Because when I'm staying with the old roommate, I'd be like, "Hey, okay, if you could drive me to the airport real quick," and he's like, "Oh, the pain." I'm like, "Really, bro? Really? You had a flare on for real, bro?" So I, to an extent, not taking up for the people's side who are looking at you sideways, but I think on a human nature level, being that it's internal and I can't see what's attacking you, it's like, what was that? What was that one movie? What was that one movie where the people had to have sex in order to get rid of the demon, and the demon's just following them? It just walks.
It follows?
Yeah.
What the best?
You don't understand. That's a demon for real.
You see the grandma walked it like.
But they're the only ones that can see it.
They're the only ones that can see it, exactly.
It's like, for real. Oh, you got a demon following you? Yes. I'm trying to tell you. I've been trying to tell you for the last 3 days. Well, I don't believe you. Yes. All right, fine. Hey, want to have sex in the car real quick?
Yeah, like it is like a good ass metaphor. It's just like the thing is, the things that we have though that back us up are things that they have to purposely ignore. Like, I have a really good hematologist. Shout out to my hematologist. He's the best. But I have a great hematologist that literally creates a pain plan, make sure everything's in the chart, and says, "Hey, if you guys have any doubts, call me directly. Doesn't matter if it's 3 in the morning, 3 in the afternoon, a Sunday, a Monday, a Tuesday, Passover, whenever. Call me, and I will clarify what the plan is, that she is my patient, and all this other stuff." Some doctors will be like, "Okay, I'm gonna immediately call him because he knows more than I do," right? Yeah. Some doctors will be like, "Well, he's not here, so I don't have to talk to him." And so then it's like, well, now they're going to guess what they can do when there's a plan right in front of you of like, hey, when she's in this level of pain, this is what we do, and this is what works. It takes real, like, arrogance to just throw that out and instead just experiment on a person that's like in pain. You know what I mean? So with sickle cell, the biggest thing that we need is we need hematologists. We need advocates. We need people to go to appointments with us. Like, I do have white friends that I will bring to a hospital with me because they will, like, stand the fuck up and be like, "Hey, she's in pain." And it's sad that I have to do that. That I have to bring, like, a white woman with me. But I do sometimes because they will stand the fuck up and be like, "Yo, she's in pain. Why are you not doing this?" And she'll get listened to just because she's raising her voice. And I won't get listened to because I'm screaming and crying in pain. You know, so it's so difficult. And so when you ask about, like, the mental fortitude and, like, how to keep that, I honestly have no idea because it does chip at it so much. I would say what keeps my mental fortitude is, like, you know, I know I can't go anywhere. Like, you know, like my grandma loves me to death. You know, my brother loves me to death. My mom loves me. So it's like I can't go anywhere because of them. And so it's kind of like just no choice but to just keep getting up and, like, keep doing it. You know, like, when people say I'm strong, it's like, well, no, I just don't have the choice.
Is that something that runs in the back of your mind though?
Of course. When, you know, like, when you're in pain and you're having these attacks you can't control, and it's like, it feels like a car accident, like, just everywhere, right? So imagine you feel that, and immediately you know, I can't go to work. Okay, so I better hope I got PTO. Chances are I don't, because I have sickle cell, so I probably ran through it already. I can't go to work. I have to cancel all the shows I have, which might be pretty big shows. That I think that's definitely slowed my career down, as much as some people might want to doubt it, but I think so. I can't go to work. I can't do shows. I immediately, whatever social things I've had, I can't do that. Now I have to go to the hospital and pray to God that the doctor that's working there is a decent person or is educated about sickle cell or will talk to my doctor. And that's a toss up every time. Then when I go, I might be alone because maybe I just need to be. Or, sometimes I don't want my friends to see like the battle that I have to go through because it really upsets them. Like I've had friends with me that have cried before, like why don't they believe? Like I don't understand what's going on. So sometimes I don't want them to witness it. So I might endure it alone. And, you get to that point, you go through that, and you got some doctor standing over you, like, with his arm crossed, like, are you really, like, is it, okay, fine, we'll try this, or we'll try Tylenol, or we'll try ibuprofen. It's like, dude, if I could try Tylenol or ibuprofen, I wouldn't be here. You know what I mean? Like, if those things worked, I would not be here, and so sometimes even just having to humanize yourself to them and be like, listen, I have a job, I have a comedy career, I have these things that I want to do, just so I prove to you that I don't want to be here. Maybe that would like let you see that I'm serious, right?
It sounds like something that can make you feel very alone.
Alone, dehumanized, like just dehumanized is the biggest word. Because it's like they just, the ones that don't believe you, the ones that do and like take care of you and, everything, though they're godsends, they're angels.
Yeah.
I have some nurses that like, even I'm still in contact with years after they're taking care of me, so it's just the ones that do are godsends. The ones that don't, they know. And, they don't really care. I do think if sickle cell mostly affected white people, it would be a whole different ball game with how it's looked at and how it's treated. And I forget, in college, I had a flare up and I went to the hospital out there. It was in the suburbs, and they just were not like nothing. They just whatever. So they sent me home. My roommate had like a dental abscess, something. Like a couple weeks later, she went to the ER. She came home. They sent her home with Percocets. And I'm just like, I don't even take even now to this day, I don't even take Percocets. So I should tell you, my regimen isn't even anything crazy. Like, even that's too much for me. So it's just like the antagonizing you go through, the prejudice you go through, and then like if you're still in pain or the pain's not treated, it's a lot of like mental stress. And while comedy does like give me something to still get out of bed for, it does make it more stressful, like when I have to cancel stuff.
Sure.
Because, like people could say like, oh, I don't care about that, or I don't think, like I know you're sick. But really, as a producer, even in my own mind, like would I want to book me or like rely on me if I know that suddenly I just drop out? Like I'm a producer too, so I get it. You know what I mean? So it's just like that's a lot of like stress and like just going around.
And not to try and like the worst is when you're sharing with somebody, you say, hey, here's something I'm going through that's horrible, and then they try and outdo your horribleness with their horribleness like it's a competition. And I don't know empathize or what it is, but I do know on a very unrelated, thinly parallel scale, when you have something that's weighing on you and it's just a constant mumble in the back of your mind, like you just can't escape it. I'm similar. I definitely go through episodes, probably one right now where there's always a mumble in the back of my mind, and sometimes it'll be loud, and it's just something that you just can't shake it, and you feel like it's affecting everything, and like, and then I don't know, it's just a great cloud on everything. Even the happiest moments, you're like, fuck, I'm still getting rained on. Okay, and
Especially in our industry, it doubles.
it definitely can double, and it did. Yeah, when it starts affecting how you look at the industry that you're in, which ultimately is one of the very few industries where you have to do it because you love it.
Yes.
And there's and to not be able to give your all to it because whatever circumstances in your life. I'm glad that you're able to talk about that though, because a number of years back had a family friend who he had a disease that affected his life, how he could operate through life and all this. And it was family friend in my mom and dad, my pops a circle, and knew the guy and everything. And he checked out. And without going into it, I'm not going to tell anybody's business like that. It was, I know my folks and some of them checked this out. It was just because I attended the service and everything, knew his kids and all that. And just when somebody goes through something like that, and I can truly have an appreciation for the pain and the struggles that you go through. But when you happen to take that route, if you do, what it does to everybody else around you is devastating.
Of course, yeah.
It's devastating. So I'm supremely happy that you're doing it, taking it day by day. Now,
Yeah.
that being said,
Got to.
I just saw Tupac Shakur give Fidel Castro the Stone Cold Stunner, and Michael Jackson was the damn ring girl. Kobe Bryant was Mike announcing, and it is shocking. Say do it. It is shocking how good this is looking, and it's the Game Boy. It is the Atari version of this stuff. This is the worst it's ever gonna be.
Okay, because I could not watch it. I saw like it come across my feed. I was like, I'm not clicking this.
It's
It's
scarily good.
I bet it is. Most
Scary.
guy is now.
And it's I don't remember how long ago. It's only been like 2-3 years when Will Smith was eating spaghetti,
Yes,
looking like
yes.
a Play-Doh character, looking like Nightmare Fuel.
Yes, it was terrible.
And then they said boop 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 boop.
Yes, like-
And now literally Will Smith allegedly just was like, hey, look at my concert with 50,000 people. And it's like, hey, one of those people has 11 fingers, one hand.
Bro.
Right, yeah. Ooh. Yeah, now you're a better team. Somebody has to stop Will Smith, period.
Yes.
He's doing too much. You don't like girls. You're in your 60s. You like porridge and an early bedtime, sir.
Stop telling that nigga he could rap. So we don't have to hear it anymore. Please stop telling this nigga is fake doing it. I saw him sitting down like at like was it like a freestyle or something? And like you're like
not do it.
running and getting into it. I'm like, nigga, that's not you.
No.
That's not you.
Legitimate rappers from his time, not calling them not legit. I'm never gonna besmirch
I would have
Will Smith's early. He's a party rapper. He's Kid and Play, Happy Go Lucky, Nightmare on My Street, Summertime, which is still a banger. Summertime comes on at any place, it's still a banger. Everybody, there's a kid that was born 7 years ago. He knows the entire verse to Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. So he has some legendary stuff. But no, don't.
He didn't write it.
Just stop.
Didn't write it.
Stop with the I'm gonna drop.
His best song is a collab. Like Jazzy Jeff. Like, nigga, that's crazy.
Well, stop dropping a tight 32 bars in the backseat of a limo like shit, like you're dropping heat. Don't do that no more.
I like, what was that song? I like girls. Like, I like pretty girls. I'm like, nigga, you like women. Like, you are.
He's dodging being a grandfather.
I'm like, bro, what? Like, how old are his kids now?
Too
Willow, like, they're not 30 yet.
too old to have another little brother.